So welcome back to the second episode of making Pong. Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna show you the plan, but you should plan. If you're at club the day we started, I showed you a plan. It looked kind of like a flow chart. So yeah, I'm not gonna do much planning in the videos. Just know planning is important for making a any program. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is our game class. This will be pretty much what runs everything. So to start, actually, we're gonna go into source. We're gonna go to override/implement methods, because since this extends application adapter, it has some methods and we have not implemented them. So we're gonna do dispose and resize. Pause and resume are not really important. They're more for Android and mobile app purposes. So we do not need them for a desktop application. Alright, cool. So get rid of your super and your method stubs. So what this is, resize is called every single time the screen called when the application is resized. This can happen at any point during a non-pause state, but will never happen before a call to create. So create is called at the beginning of when the first is created. Render is called at every frame, 60 times a second. So yeah, resize called when the window is resized, and dispose calls when everything is destroyed. So when everything needs to be taken outside of the RAM, anything that does not handle it itself needs to be disposed in the dispose method. Alright, so there are a few things that we need to put into our game class that we don't need anything else for. To start, we're going to set up our frame rate counter. So we're going to make a few variables. So make a public float time, make public int frames and FPS. These two things are related to each other, so I put them on one line. So now we go down to our render method. Frames plus plus. If I didn't tell you, this is when you draw in a game, you're drawing the last frame on top of the other one. So this clear color just draws a black background so it looks smooth like an actual animation. So frames plus plus, and we're gonna have float dt equals gdx dot graphics dot get delta time. Delta time is the amount of time in seconds in between each frame. So time, yeah, between the current frame and the last frame is second. So yeah. So time plus equals dt. So that's you're adding the current time to the time between seconds. That pretty much makes a timer. Let me show you. Sys out. If you do sys out time, you run it. It's being slow. That's alright. If you run it, it should work in time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, it's basically a timer. So to check every second, so if time is greater than 1, so if it's been more than 1 second, we're gonna set FPS to the amount of frames. Then we're gonna set frames to 0 because it's a new second, and time to 0. Then we're gonna go to gdx dot set title. I have low ink apparently. It's it's gdx.graphics, sorry. Set title, we're gonna give it the name of the game, Pong, then a bar. We're going to put plus FPS plus space FPS. Alright, so now we should be getting our frame rate in the top right there. So 58, 59, should be around 60. My thing might be a bit lower while I'm recording because I am recording. So go ahead and close that. Alright, so now we're going to set up our size. So I'm going to make a public static vector2 size and center. What this static, and hover over this, import vector2. A quick way to do it, and you Control Z that. A quick way to do it is to click on it and hit Control Shift M, or anywhere hit Control Shift O. Anyway, so vector2 means that it's pretty much has 2 points as an ordered pair, an X and a Y. And we're going to use X to represent width and Y to represent height of our screen size. So in our create method, we have an integer width and height. And then our width is going to be equal to gdx.graphics.getWidth. And height is going to be equal to gdx.graphics.getHeight. Alright? So then we're going to make size. Size is 2 floats, by the way. So new vector2, or the vector2 is the X and the Y are floats. So width and height. So this is just going to convert the integers to floats. And then center equals new vector2 width times 0.5f. You have to have that f there, times 0.5f. Now you need to have, I do times 0.5 rather than divided by 2 because sometimes you want it to be like 0.75 or whatever. So I just do it like that. So then in our resize method, we're going to go to game.size because this is a static. Static means it's universal. So if it changes in one instance of game, it's going to be the same. It's going to change in another instance of game. So we can call it anywhere and we'll get the same value no matter what instance it is. So we're going to do .set. .set just changes it, sets the components of this vector to width and height, and then we're going to do game.center .set width times 0.5f, height times 0.5f. Alright, and nothing in our dispose yet. This is a short video because it's just setting up stuff in our game class to begin. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, the code will be on GitHub, and if you have any questions, Skype me, email me, do all that lovely jazz. This short, almost 10-minute episode was nice, I guess, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.